Good afternoon, sir. We welcome you to the platform of Thoughtful Leaders. We are so grateful for you to join us.
Yes, pleasure.
Yes. Sir, with regards to your experience, kindly enlighten us as to what led you to the decision of becoming an entrepreneur. How has your journey been so far?
Right. So, first of all, thank you so much to Collegedunia and your entire team, for giving us to be a part of this particular webinar. It's extremely, we are extremely thankful from our entire team of Kaizen Multimedia for giving us this opportunity. With regards to my experience as an entrepreneur, I come from a very middle class family background. Grown up in a chawl in Mumbai, but my mom was taking tuitions, who was my inspiration to be a teacher. And I was a student of St. Andrew's College, Bandra, and during that time I started my career in design and animation in 2004 actually, and started working in production houses and freelancing projects that I was doing till 2008. But then I understood my passion towards teaching, and till 2014 I was actively in multiple roles as a trainer. So I actually started teaching post that, and by then I had worked for multiple brands such as Aptic Limited, Future Group, and more, where I learned the importance of working as a team. And a few of my immediate bosses were teaching me leadership, as I have worked under with some extremely supportive people. So I was happy with the kind of job I did, but I decided to quit because I wanted to go beyond the boundaries of a corporate structure, I would say. And I also wanted to do something that would make use of my creativity, or use my capability of problem solving, because I was good at it. And I love to be involved in multiple aspects which makes a company run. So that is when I decided to be an entrepreneur, as it is also about problem solving. I believe that every problem has a solution, and it's just that one has to focus and find answers to it. It's not easy, yes, I agree to that, but I enjoyed this process, and definitely be an entrepreneur. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for sharing that with us, sir. So what were the challenges that you faced while being on this journey of an entrepreneur? And what message would you like to give the budding entrepreneurs of the country?
Right. As an entrepreneur, challenges is something which is like you start your day with challenges and you end with it. So, but you got to take it with a smile. Few of the challenges which we faced was having patience when things didn't work out. We go with a lot of ups and downs. Our teams go with a lot of ups and downs. So we have to ensure that we have patience, and that our ability to have patience is being challenged every day. So I learned from one of my mentor. He taught me how to be equanimous. So whenever a challenge comes and it has almost defeated you have to stay detached to it. So a challenge in terms of having the right people at the right place, challenges in terms of finance, there are a lot of challenges which you will continuously come through. We also faced a lot of them. But as an entrepreneur, your patience, your ability to be equanimous in ups and downs is something which helped us to stay afloat till date. And another challenge which we faced, let's say, would be having the right team. Most of the time, it's not the financial disability, or it's not any other things which leads to a company not being able to successfully run. It's most of it, it's 100% of the times I would say the right team with the right skills, if they're with you, they will ensure that somehow we are afloat. But the challenge of getting the right people in your team will be the most important aspect of being an entrepreneur. You got to have the right team, and if you don't have, you might face a disaster. But if you have faced this challenge well of having the right team, I'm sure your company will do really good, because it's all about people who are there working with you and their mindset. And if they are able to take up these challenges continuously, we stay afloat, and we do give what we intend to give when we started the company thereafter. And a couple of message that I would like to give to budding entrepreneurs. Most of us get into this without knowing ourselves. So it's very, very, very important that we know ourselves before getting into this. We should not do it just because I feel I want to be an entrepreneur. No, don't do it because of that. Do it because you love to solve problems. Do it because you love to face challenges. Do it because you are a continuous learning person, because you're going to have a lot of new things coming at you. So you should always have a student approach towards this particular industry or being an entrepreneur. Always have a learning attitude. This will make sure that you stay afloat, and especially the current times which you see, it's extremely challenging. The COVID-19 thing, extremely challenging, and a lot of entrepreneurs give up at this point of time and go back to their jobs. But the ones who are passionate about what they're doing, and this is what they wanted to do, they will still continue to do it. So my major message to budding entrepreneurs is, first of all, know who you are. If you know yourself, and if you know that you are the one who love to take challenges, go ahead, it's your field. That's all.
That's a very strong message, sir. What excites you about the industry of design, media, and entertainment?
Right. When I talk about design, media, and entertainment industry, there is only one word which comes to my mind: creativity, and creativity. The whole idea of being able to do something creatively and doing something different every time is something we as human beings look for all our life. For example, when we talk about animation, what is animation? Animation is giving life to. It might be a character, it might be, if you've seen Cars movie, cars have been given life to. So this is something which is so exciting about this industry. You can do something which others could not even think of, or give life to something which never existed, or express your ideas. You might be having a lot of ideas in your mind, which if you put creatively in a marketing industry for advertising agency, this for sure can create fortune for yourself and a very good career. So for me, if you ask me, I just love to be a part of this industry because I get to do something new every day. This is it. This is it for me.
So being the founder of Kaizen Multimedia, what are your views about the education industry?
Right. See, education industry in India, it's a pillar to India's growth in the global forum. Wherever you go, Indians are in demand. That means our education industry is doing something right. Yes, there is a scope of improvement. According to me, it's including practical and choice-based education rather than a forced one. So what we have done at Kaizen Multimedia is we teach topics which are relevant to the actual industry requirement. of a design industry. Let's say if he wants to become an design artist, he will be taught what is needed for that particular industry rather than teaching. For example, we talk about specialization in animation. An animation student doesn't learn about graphic design. So we kind of create a specialization. So probably a sense of specialization is what our Indian education industry needs to come up with. That will help a lot of clarity with the students, and they will not deviate or be confused, because this brings a kind of focus in the students. That's how it is. So if you ask me, our education industry is doing good, but there is a scope of improvement of bringing practicality in the course curriculums, as well as giving choice to the students, and last but not the least, bringing focus in specialization in particular topics. That's my view on it.
Okay. So how does the teaching manuals or the curriculum of Kaizen Multimedia ensure the best practices of the industry?
Right. See, for us, I've been in this industry for like last 15 years, and this is something which we do day in, day out. We have a lot of connects in the industry whom we have worked in the past, or whom our colleagues have worked in the past. So these experienced people we bring in for meetings wherein we discuss the various needs of this particular industry. Let's say if a new trend, a new software is a part of their work style, we bring in those new softwares to our students' training curriculum. So our tie-ups with the design and media entertainment industry helps create the curriculum that's to the point and make our students job ready. For example, we teach a lot of design softwares. So the decision of teaching a particular software is based on the suggestion we received from a working professional. It's not that Kaizen Multimedia feels it right, so we add this particular in our curriculum. No, it is something which a working professional from the industry suggests, and hence that software exists in our curriculum. A student wants to learn, let's say, graphic designing. So all the software and skills required to do graphic designing has been told to us by an experienced graphic designer. We just replicate the industry requirements and teach our students accordingly, so that there is no gap in terms of skill requirement and what they know. That's how it is.
Okay, understood. What is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style to be?
Right. So this is the right time to display our leadership skills. And for me, leadership is not about being in charge. Usually once structure to being an entrepreneur, he tends to be that bossy kind of a leader. So you will be either a boss or a leader. So to understand this fine line, a boss is always expecting. A leader is always working with the team. So in my case, or what my leadership style is, to be with them, stay involved, motivate them, so that, because it's a lot of challenge that we come through on a daily basis. So as a leader, I am in charge of taking care of those I'm in charge of, and I always tend to make sure that I continuously motivate, I mentor, I make sure that wherever they are stuck, they are open to look up to me. And especially during times when failure hits hard, as a leader, I take the responsibility, and whenever there is a victory, I make sure that my team is put ahead to enjoy the victory. That's my style of doing it, and I'm a very involved leader, and I ensure to lead by example, because I have a certain energy which I always want to transfer it onto my team, and at times my team gets feels the heat of it. At times they enjoy it, but I always believe in staying involved, and because that also uh, as an entrepreneur or as the leader of the company, I also take care of what not to be done in the company. There are a lot of things which your team might take the liberty without, or unintentionally or intentionally, they might be doing something wrong. And if I am involved as a leader, it always gives me an understanding of what is right, what is wrong, and I can timely correct it. So I also get to check what's right, what's wrong. So my leadership style is to stay involved. Second is to lead by example. Third is make sure that your team is put forward to all the victories. It's their credit always. And whenever there is a hard hit situation like the current one, I make sure that I am there as a pillar to them. And that's when the leadership respect comes. Otherwise, you're a boss. It that doesn't support your young. Most of the time, you have young team. They look for mentorship. They don't accept any bossy lens. So it's a request to or it's a suggestion to all the budding entrepreneurs that always be a leader, mentor your team rather than being a boss.
Truly said, sir. Sir, so my next question is that as private universities or institutes, they continue to mushroom across the country, how does your institute stand apart from others?
Well, I'm not worried that they do mushroom because they are the one who make us look different actually. Uh, most of them are here to do business. We do it for our passion, and I'll tell you how. Kaizen Multimedia creates artists for design and media entertainment industry. We don't just teach softwares, but make sure they are creative enough to be a part of the industry and do good out there. Our concept is design to digital, which includes both ability to draw on paper or create something with the software. That is where this ensures a holistic growth of the student. So our difference is the holistic approach which we teach our students. Most other institutes either focus just on the drawing part. Let's say, for example, there are very renowned colleges like JJ School of Art, but their major curriculum is based on only drawing, and a lot of just being on the art side. But then there are many other institutes who are majorly focusing on softwares. Those students who are focusing only on softwares do not know what to create with it. So our amalgamation or our fusion of design and digital is something which makes us different, and something which enables our student to do the best creative work which they are a part of, or they are supposed to. Wherever they start working, they are supposed to give their best creative artworks out there. And if they're not able to draw it out, or whatever creative ideas there in their mind, if they don't know to draw, they will not be able to do it. Let's say if someone knows to draw but doesn't know how to use the software, again they are stuck. Hence this amalgamation or a dual way of teaching, which starts with drawing and ends with ability to work on digital softwares as well.
Okay. So then, sir, how do you look at the growth of students through placement opportunities available at Kaizen Multimedia? And how do you wish to push the envelope further?
Right. See, well, when we talk about placement, it plays a major role in our success till date. And it is something we are having a good track record of placing more than 90% of the students who have completed their course. It is so amazing to see the kind of response we get from the companies, because these students have the right balance of design versus digital. And that is why our students are getting placed well. not just that, their pay scale is starting beyond 3.5 lakh starting package I'm talking about. So this is something which is very exciting for us, and placement is something we really take care of very strongly. And when we talk about students joining us, they majorly join us because they want to get skilled and be job ready. We do constant in-house placements or send students to the companies. We have tie-ups with multiple companies, and this is something which goes on for 365 days at Kaizen, because uh, our major factor of why students join us is placement. So, and also recruiters need a lot of skilled artists in the industry, and the demand is really high, especially with the boom in the digital marketing spectrum or the e-commerce spectrum. The demand of these skilled students is really high. Even the Netflix which is coming up, there are a lot of content which is animated, content which is now needed. The demand is increasing day on day. That's how it is. So when it comes to placement, we don't have to worry. We have to our challenge is to motivate more students to be a part of this industry. When it comes to placement, that's not our major challenge, because placements are waiting. It's just that we are looking for more kids to be a part of this industry. That's how it is.
Okay. So what goals do you have in your mind for your institute for the next few years?
See, we were exploring the possibility of doing live training since last 2 years, and COVID-19 situation has actually given us the opportunity to provide a new solution to our students. All our current students are taking benefit of the same, and they are loving the live training based on the feedback that we have received. See, they are saving times on travel. They are sitting at home safely. They are able to do their assignments on the computer that they have. So almost a classroom-like environment still continues for our students, and they are able to interact with the trainer as it's a live training. It's not a video-based training. So during the live training, these students are able to ask their queries, because majorly a student wanted a faculty touch to give them solutions. That is still continuing with them. So even during such pandemic situations, our institute has continued to train these students live, and that's what is bringing us to the next phase of our company, where we are now looking at doing this thing as a long term, or looking at this particular thing as a long-term strategy for the company. So in next 5 years, we aspire to teach 20,000 students live across India. So we are trying to go across India to teach these students. And this is also, as a teacher, I believe my students, wherever they are, or if as a student, it's their right to learn from us. Let's say if they are in down south, they should be able to connect to a good teacher who is sitting in Mumbai. So this is something which live training gives to the student, their fundamental right of getting the best education. We will also ensure that it is affordable. That's how it is. So our goal for the next 5 years is to teach 20,000 students live across India, and to make them job ready candidates of design and media entertainment industry.
That seems exciting, sir. How do you tend to establish a relationship with your students? Being the founder of the institute, how do you make yourselves available to them? And especially during these situations, the physical face-to-face conversations have anyway reduced. So how do you tend to go about it?
Right. So as I said, my leadership style is being involved. So I just cannot stay away from the positive and creative students. We get to learn a lot of new things from them. I stayed involved by teaching them life skills, personality development, and if sort of any personal counseling is needed, I'm always available to them. I'm an active member of students' WhatsApp group as well. They feel they want to talk to me, they call me anytime. There are students who call me 11:30 also. We have a conversation because there is a lot of stress, anxiety, and this situation has created a lot of negativity in their mind. So we tend to, it's not just only me, my entire team also does a lot of counseling to these kids. They are extremely that in my ability to being involved is being pushed into my team as well, and they are like, we are all like-minded. Even my team is so involved with them, they ensure that such negativity is being pushed away. There are a lot of students whom we had to inspire or motivate to be a part of the live training. However, now they are happy with their decision. But when we talk about in the current situation, how we made sure, or how I made sure being connected to them, is in last 3 months we have done around 5 webinars in which I was a part of it. There were industry experts who were a part of it, who ensured that these kids understand that especially in this industry, work from home is possible. And almost all our students who are the alumni of Kaizen Multimedia, they haven't their jobs haven't been impacted, and they are doing work from home. So this one positive news I wanted them to understand, and hence these webinars were lined up. And now what we are lining up is something on placement. We are working on doing a live placement webinar. This will be something which we are working on, and something that will bring a lot of students at one place, companies at one place. We will be having interviews going on live. So there is a lot of new things which we are planning to do. I cannot reveal completely on this particular side, but yes, there are a lot of exciting placement related activities that we have planned as well.
Okay.
So yes, so we are connected to our students, and especially me, I cannot stay away from the positivity that comes from students, and a lot of new ideas that comes from them. Yeah,
that's nice. So the education systems in India and the other foreign countries, they're very structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Right. See, when we talk about, what we teach is internationally recognized, if you ask me, as it is a skill. For example, cycling in India or cycling in US would remain the same, as it's a skill which you learn once and it's there with you forever. So when we talk about education system in India, at least for Kaizen Multimedia, what I can say is we teach a very relevant content for the international audience as well. Let's say, for example, many of our students who have passed out and worked on international films for visual effects. So it's not that our Indian education system cannot do that or is not structured. Yes, there is an other kind of education which may be in that I would say in that maybe an unstructured way. But when it comes to this learning, when it comes to our design, media and entertainment teachings which we do at our institute, this is something which they can do anywhere. Just an example of a software name I would take. Let's say Photoshop. Photoshop's same version is being used anywhere across the globe. So a student learning at Kaizen Multimedia Photoshop software can tomorrow, if he shifts to Singapore, work with the same skill that he has acquired with us. Hence, what I'm trying to say is, At least from Kaizen Multimedia's perspective, our courses are designed in such a way that it becomes an international curriculum for the students, and they are able to work anywhere across the globe.
Okay. So what suggestions would you like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Okay. Current youth is very energetic. They have a lot of potential. They are explorers and are looking to explore beyond what's given to them. They are not like us. They will listen to parents. No, they want to explore what they feel is right. But there is one suggestion that I would like to give them, and which is our part of our vision as well of the company, that future jobs will not just demand a degree from them. It will also demand few skills which they are really focused at. So make sure that you have skills that will make you future job ready. Not just what is coming in next 1 year, 2 year, but future jobs are going to be more of digital. Like there is one thought that came to my mind, since the touch part, which everybody was post Steve Jobs, the touch screens were in demand, and they've been almost everywhere. Now the voice commands are going to be in, because it's the fear of touching something is extremely in everybody's mind, and getting that virus on your hands and giving it to someone, this is something which we don't want to do. So future can be of more of voice recognition. So future is going to be digital, and these devices are going to be something which makes something where future jobs would be at. So make sure that you have skills that will make you future job ready. Do not worry about it, but get the right counseling. Go to almost all the institutes which you feel are giving you practical skills. Learn from them, understand from them, take counseling, and post that come to a conclusion that yes, this is what I want to do, and make your career in that. Because it's going to be getting very, very competitive, but at the same time, if you do the right things today, your future will be bright for sure.
That's wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for your time. It was a very thoughtful and a learned interview. I'm sure the viewers would really gain some insight from this interview of yours. Once again, I really thank you for being with us on this platform, and we wish all the best to Kaizen Multimedia in the upcoming endeavors.
Thank you so much. I just thank you for giving us this opportunity, and I hope students get inspired, new entrepreneurs get inspired with watching this video. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.